Hey, what's up, guys? This is Critical Comix coming in today. Brandon being a little bit premature. Like that's the first time you've ever done that before. This is Corey, master of all four elements.
Got medication to fix that.
It ain't helping. Corey, master of all four elements. Carter, along with
Jonathan Crane, the master of fear.
And we are Sans, our talented Mr. Fred Freeze. He's gone back to Latvia just momentarily. But in his stead, we have our own special guest. Please introduce yourself if you wouldn't mind.
Hi, I am Bug from P-Bug Play. And they required a female demographic for this review. So,
We did.
They kidnapped me and threw me in a room to review some movie.
I just want to let the folks know we did kidnap her. There was a van involved, but that was about 6 weeks ago, and she refuses to leave.
Yeah. It's, she's here of her own free will.
Corey got snacks. How could I say no?
Yeah.
I brought a goddamn load of snacks in here, a giant bag of snacks, like $20 worth of snacks from the gas station, just so people wouldn't be hungry, and one person is eating something.
You know how the victims begin to love their captors? That's what's happened. So she's now one
Stockholm
of us.
Syndrome.
She's helping us actually gain other victims.
And speaking of Stockholm Syndrome, we're reviewing Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Well, technically,
Awesome segue. Thank you. That was
all,
awesome.
It all goes into the same pot.
Yes, Stockholm Syndrome, the most romantic case of Stockholm Syndrome ever made, and most timeless as well. We are here to review the 2017 Beauty and the Beast live-action film. I just want to go ahead and let you guys have the floor. Please, give me your thoughts.
First of all, how late are we in reviewing this? Who has not seen this movie yet?
Yeah, we're about, like 2 weeks out?
Yeah, we're like about 2.5, 3 weeks out. But we're going to give you some interesting takes on the film. You know what I mean?
Because now that we've had some time to digest it, and everyone else has reviewed it by now, and chances are at the time of this recording, it's probably going to be another week later before it comes out. To be honest,
yes. Bug has some interesting things to say about Emma Watson. Actually,
I made a list.
Yeah, she actually has a list in front of her.
Let me preface this by saying Bug is also one of the biggest Harry Potter fans out there. More of the books than the movies, right?
Just a bit of everything. I'm good with a bit of all of it, yeah. And I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan, I know. I have to point that out every time you say that, by the way. Because I know some pretty big Harry Potter fans.
So you're not going to get the Harry Potter scar on your head, like the actual scar?
Oh, God, no. My face this is the moneymaker. I can't scar this up, bro.
The face that we can't see on this podcast. But yes, please continue.
All right. Okay, so hey, we're just going to start. I got like a good, bad, neutral list here.
Let's go with the good.
Yeah.
Let's go with the pros first.
Okay. Cool. All right, you guys, I say there are two scenes that were super awesome in this movie. The first one being, thanks. Moving the mic
Just
down.
shoved a microphone in their face.
Speak up.
We got two microphones between three people, so we're working with it.
This is a hostage video.
Corey and I have got our faces like smushed together right now, just talking into one. It's beautiful. All right, so all right, that opening scene with Belle and her father when she comes home after that awful rendition of that song.
I didn't think it was awful.
We're gonna get to the bad later.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm jumping the shark here. All right, so but yeah, that scene between Belle and her father, when it's just quiet, you're seeing where they live, you're seeing his art, his drawings of her, showing how much he cares about her without having to say a word, and then she walks over and helps him, tinker with whatever the thing was he was tinkering with, and just like it shows their relationship without any words, and how much they care about each other, and basically what their life has been. And it was just a really beautiful scene.
Okay.
And I just really enjoyed that scene. And I think
agree.
The rest was shit.
Kevin Kline. Kevin Kline is really cool, right?
Kevin Kline is very cool.
He married Phoebe Cates, so he wins in my book.
That's the actor. That's her father.
Yes, Kevin Kline was the father.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm bad with actor names and all that, so you have to forgive me.
Yes, Kevin Kline was the person who played Belle's dad.
He was so good.
And he was awesome. He was awesome in this movie.
Fish Named Wanda was pretty cool. Wild Wild West, not so much. Moving
on. You know what, man? We all got flops. We all got good days and bad days.
He tried, man. He and Will Smith,
He
they
did a
tried.
good. Him and Will Smith did their part. They did their part.
Did they?
Did they?
Did they? Kevin Kline did his part.
Wicked Wild. Wicked.
Will should have known better. All right, maybe Will should have known better, but Kevin did his
They're
part.
going straight to the Wild Wild West.
Well, speaking of good actors, I say there were 3. That being the father. Gaston was pretty good.
Who was played by Luke Evans.
Oh, good. Thank you. He's got the list of actors here. Help me not look so bad.
Reasonably intelligent phones we have, yes.
Yeah, magic phones. And LeFou, the guy who played LeFou. Dude, LeFou made that movie. I enjoyed every scene he was in.
Played by Josh Gad.
Yeah, he was actually the favorite. He was my favorite character in that film.
Yeah.
LeFou, and let's face facts here. They did not need to advertise the fact that he was gay.
Yeah.
I said that a bunch of
And
times.
this was like
after
the
film was over.
controversial character. Actually
was
ended
like-
up being the best character in this film.
The so-called character that had an Alabama drive-in theater banning it because it had a gay character.
Which state did we grow up in?
We grew up in Alabama, Brandon.
Alabama.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that where you drug me to?
You know what? We don't need to talk about where
Where am I
where
again?
we're located. That's not what we need to talk
We're in
about.
Antarctica, as far as you know. So just enjoy the ride.
I was
You could have
wondering why
gone
it was so
outside
cool.
any time. You've been free to leave for the last few
You want to
weeks.
be here, okay?
Don't act like you don't know where we are by now.
You keep talking, but I'm just gonna keep eating this chocolate here until it goes
Well,
away.
I'm glad someone's eating the snacks.
Did you put the pills in the chocolate like you?
Man, I put pills in the chocolate like 6 weeks ago. She's not leaving.
Okay.
But
What else? What else about
I
the movie?
was like, okay, we were still on LeFou. Yeah, they say he's gay. I say he's Bugs Bunny gay, is what I've been calling it. Because it's like, do you think Bugs Bunny is gay? No, he's just a guy who
Enjoys cross-dressing a lot.
cross-dressing
Indeed,
and
just enjoys the
kissing
cross-dressing.
men, but you don't think of Bugs Bunny as gay. It's just like, that's the joke, and that's kind of what it felt like. But everyone made a big deal out of it.
I could see him going both ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you just
Definitely, yeah, And,
You know what I mean?
It's a Disney film, so it's not like we have anybody but Gaston like showing off being the most manly of men. Or
Well, I was
something
talking
like
about
that.
Bugs Bunny, but yeah, the
Well,
character in the
okay,
film too.
both. We'll just go with both.
Yeah, both.
In case you're wondering why some of us were weird, we were Looney Tunes fans growing up.
Oh yeah. I liked it more than Mickey Mouse. I know y'all were on a Mickey Mouse tangent earlier
But-
today, but
But speaking of Gaston and LeFou, I think Luke Evans did a really good job as Gaston. At the same time, though, I'll say it's not really hard to play Gaston. All you have to do is go hyper masculine, completely misogynistic jerk off,
Yeah.
and you got it. You
Don't-
basically got it.
don't get me wrong, I still have issues with the whole Gaston thing in the movie, but we'll get to that later since we're
Okay.
trying to be nice and be good
We're
about
being
this.
nice right now.
Right, yeah. I made a promise to P that I would try to say nice things.
Hold off on releasing the Kraken just for a few minutes longer. That's all I'm saying. Just hold off.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's
We're,
good.
we're,
The
we're just
chain-
preparing
The chain
you.
is getting pulled and the
All
gate
right.
is rising. But
Yes.
just hold on.
It's
Just
rising.
Make it climactic, man. All right, got it. All right. The architecture was beautiful. I don't know where they filmed this, if how much of it was CGI and how much was actual practical.
Yeah, it's probably a mixture of both.
I would say so. It seems that way.
I think it was, but it was just so pretty. I just loved all the and then some of the CG stuff. I was a little disappointed during the. This is actually a compliment. I'm sorry, I'm starting out this way, but
You're sorry you're starting out with a compliment.
with a not compliment, but the ballroom scene when the big dance scene happens.
Be our guest. Be our guest.
No, the
not
Beauty
that
and the
one.
Beast.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry.
Sweet-
The Freddie
the-
Jackson one, the one that was Freddie Jackson was supposed to sing Beauty and
Oh God.
with the yellow dress,
Oh.
with the prom dress as I called it.
Yeah, the
With the yellow dress that didn't really look as elegant and beautiful as I'd
was
We're
hoped.
still being
Well,
positive.
sorry. Okay, I'm getting ahead.
It
Excuse
was
me.
supposed to be. Yeah, we're getting ahead.
We
Kraken.
may need
Keep
to
the
hurry.
Kraken back.
We may need to hurry up through these pros before we're kind of itching to get through these.
I'm trying. Stop tangenting.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah. Before
yeah,
this,
like that.
Okay.
So all right, that scene in the cartoon in the Disney animated feature during the big ballroom scene, and the camera, quote unquote camera, pans up, and you see this beautiful chandelier with the painting, like the old French. Oh fuck, what's the French Revolution art painting? I forget what's called.
The
right now.
Michelangelo, the Sixteen Chapel thing you're talking about? Is that what you're relating
you know what
it to?
I'm saying? Huge chandelier, which by the way was one of the first 3D model effects in a Disney film.
Nice.
okay.
Nice. Very nice.
But yeah, that chandelier was the 3D model. And anyway, it was just beautiful, and it was just a big old thing. And they
Yeah.
kind of tried to do that with this movie, but it wasn't the big chandelier. It was just like, let's show you this wall and like the pretty candles, and it was neat, I guess.
You said it was neat.
But
It was neat.
Wasn't.
Practical. It was practical effects.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Wasn't it?
No, that was all
Was that
CG.
CG?
That was CG.
Well, they fooled me, man.
Hey, good
Damn.
CG. Yo,
Oh,
there you
all
go.
right. They fooled my ass.
We got a compliment in there.
They got. We had to work
Kind
for
of
it,
somewhat of
Everyone
like a
pat yourself
confused
on the back.
compliment, but it's still a compliment.
It is.
It works.
Oh my god, I loved the illiterate jokes that they kept making.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
The illiteracy.
That was funny.
They got
That
some
was
real,
funny.
you know. It kind of hurt, but it was kind of like it was like one of those painful things. Like you trying to teach a girl to read.
Oh, but
Hell,
At
you
one
can't
point-
encourage a girl to read.
And so it's funny, but then it makes me think that it's like, yes, at one point women were subjugated and could not read.
I am kind of glad that they kept those jokes in because I wondered how soft they would go. Again, Gaston and his crew are pretty fucking offensive when it comes to treating how they treated Belle and how they treated women in general. And I wondered, like, if they were going
Except
to
for
go
those three
easy on
girls,
it.
they were like looking to be abused, though. They were
Oh,
like really.
yeah,
It was those
yeah.
same three
they're like,
chicks.
yes, hit me. please."
Because
Oh,
LeFou was
Lord.
like,
I don't like to read at all, Gaston.
yeah.
I don't know what words mean.
What's a book?
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Oh,
But
but kind of not.
Oh,
but
and
yeah.
then the Gaston song where he's like trying to spell Gaston's name and he's like, but
That's
I
like, I don't know.
He jumped
'cause I'm
out there.
illiterate.
He jumped out there.
He tried.
We've all done that before. We all
He
jumped out
tried.
there, and it's like, oh crap.
He
I'm
tried,
stuck.
and he's like, he realized he did not know how to spell. He
No.
realized it like way too late.
But,
But
you know what? He tried. Good on him. Good on
He
him.
did
He
try.
signs his name with an X. He does that.
Okay. Something that I really appreciate about this movie is they cleared up 2 plot holes in the animated feature, which one was whatever the hell happened to Belle's mom, first of all. You know.
yes, that was an addition. That was
Yeah.
a neat addition.
And I
yes.
liked
Yeah.
that addition. I even liked
And
the song that they added in
It
there
was
for
heavy.
that.
It was
Al-
kind
also,
of heavy,
also,
though.
whoa. Sorry, guys. I forgot to add this in. Hey, folks, spoilers. Spoilers if you haven't seen the movie yet. But again, we're like 3 weeks out.
We're
so
like,
screw it.
yeah. You're
It's like at
done.
this
If
point,
you
you have
haven't
to have
seen
seen
it
it
by
by
now,
now.
then you're pretty much waiting for Netflix or you're waiting for something like that.
Dollar
So,
theater. Dollar
yeah,
theater.
the Black Plague. How's that for a Disney movie?
Beautiful.
That just screams Disney, right?
Yeah.
Oh, not only that, but another pro that you may not have on there is one in particular was that they actually gave both Belle and Beast a bit more backstory. Because while you know that the Beast was a handsome like prince or whatever who mistreated an old woman, you actually realize the reason that he did it, they actually go into that, is that he was abused by his dad. They
Yeah.
actually remember that. Like they actually added some backstory
Child
to it.
abuse. There's another one. Black Plague, then the child abuse.
Yay,
Disney.
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 Gotta love Disney.
The thing about that though is I liked how they did Belle's mom's backstory. How they I don't know ran with that. But
Yeah,
but, like,
he actually had a portal, some sort of power where he could
which is dumb.
travel. He could actually travel
He
to.
had a magical map.
Excuse me, I gotta write that on my cons list. Here, just a sec.
Okay.
Yes, but Beast had
Yeah.
a magical map where if
which
you
which is absolutely as okay.
he could go anywhere.
That's like how is he the
come-
beast?
How come?
He can go to the beach right
Belle
now.
did- yeah,
I'm gonna go to the beach.
dude, go to Las Vegas. No one will care that you're a hairy beast.
Yeah. You
New
can-
York, no one will care.
Can
Like,
they
yeah, he
see
can
him?
actually-
What if he's just in between like time or something like that? So he can see everyone else can't see him.
I want
know,
to know
we-
more about this book.
We kind of didn't they really didn't explore all of the details about said magical map. They just like,
Yeah.
oh, just point
I'm kind
to
of
this.
surprised that he
They
mentioned
tried
that
to be,
late. That's the first thing I would show off in my
They
castle.
tried
like,
to be
by the
all
way, dude,
romantic.
I can travel to like anywhere. Just
They
name a place
tried
I can go.
they tried to be all romantic and say, Belle, just point to wherever your heart takes you and we'll go there.
Black
and she points to a
Plague.
place. She points to a place in France that ends up being her childhood home where her mother died of the Black
doesn't-
Plague. She doesn't
But
realize
she doesn't
it.
remember because she was a baby. So it's also like, how
So-
did you know where it was exactly?
Can I say something?
Hey,
really
great
messed
power,
up, man?
but kind of a downer. But yes.
The unfortunate thing about that is, doesn't that kind of happen in life? Like, haven't you been having a conversation with someone at one point, and then like they go down this dark road, and you send them on that road by mistake, and you truly only mention something really positive, like, "What do you think about this toy?" "That's the toy that my father beat me with." I'm like, "Oh shit!
Oh,
like, how do I get out of this?" Yeah, it just came out of
You look
KB.
them straight in the eye and say, dude, that sucks, man.
No,
Well,
okay, the
That's the
straightforward
best answer.
approach.
Bug from P
They
Bug
just
apparently
kinda shed
showing
tears.
Bug from P Bug showing a little bit more courage than the guys at Critical Comics. So you know,
What the hell
I
are
wouldn't be
you-
able to do that.
What the hell are you supposed to say to that?
I was just,
so
I
you
was
wanna
just
buy it?
mortified. I was mortified.
So you want to still buy it? No.
There's a
all right.
special
You're
edition.
calling me bad
No,
at
no, the
this.
one that your dad hit you with was green and red. This one is red and turquoise.
This one was signed by Stan Lee. I mean, you know, it kind of be a deal breaker to throw it away.
By the end of all of your sentences, this person is dead by now. But Fred just showed up and started eating chips.
Fred? Who is that? Oh yeah, he's the guy who brings the food to the facility that we're staying in and everything.
Right. The place that we're keeping her, that she's still pretending to be kidnapped.
Okay, I have a neutral thing because I couldn't decide whether or not it was good or bad.
Okay, what's their neutral thing?
I wrote, would like to have seen more practical effects. Okay, I guess that mainly is the beast.
That probably would be a.
Ooh,
'Cause I did
this is a
not-
big one.
Yeah, it is, actually.
because the beast CGI I did not care for, and Planet of the Apes makeup. I'm thinking, why couldn't they do something similar to that?
Planet of the Apes. It depends on when the light hits him. Like when he was outside, I was kind of like, eh. When he was inside, sometimes I'm like, okay, he looks pretty good there.
It's dark.
Hold on,
When the
hold on,
water-
guys. Hold on. Now, I just want to make sure. Have we gone through all of our pros yet?
Look, I checked.
Have we gone through all
mine
the pros?
off. Oh,
They're
wait.
checked off?
Oh,
They're checked
wait.
off?
Okay, one
Oh,
more.
wait, all right, we got one more.
There was another good scene, an actual good scene in this. So
Okay.
there was at the end when the curse is killing them and stuff. All the servants and the people who lived in the castle, they're all turning into furniture, and I got choked up during that, dude.
That was really sad. That was a really sad
That was
moment.
just disturbing.
Folks, there was a point, if you remember the story, or if you just remember seeing the movie, there was a point where the last petal from the rose falls. And of course, the way the curse goes, if the last petal falls and you don't have someone tell you that they love you genuinely, you'll all stay this way forever. And
That was another plot hole they cleared up too. By
that's
the way.
true. And at that very moment, that does happen in the movie. But that's what they didn't do in the Disney film is that all of the beloved side characters that you see, they slowly start losing their humanity and turning into furniture.
And it kind of looks a little painful. They're struggling to hold on to their humanity. And
you
you're
know,
like,
Chip
whoa.
and the tea set, they all go stiff. They all just turn into objects.
It was
Dude,
a
Chip
pleasure
almost died, bro.
serving
Chip
with you.
almost died.
Yeah, Chip almost shattered. There was a point where he was in midair, he almost shattered.
Yeah.
The last act of that, I don't know what it was, the coat rack,
Coat rack.
was to save Chip just before it changed into just a coat rack.
It
Just-
was
just
oh my
a-
god. It's crazy, bro.
This is the weirdest Transformer movie ever. What the hell
What are
is
you
this?
doing, Michael Bay?
This is crazy.
But yeah, I would like to see more practical effects. I get so sick of some of this CGI. CGI is meant to be used with something you cannot physically do.
Tell that to George Lucas. Sorry, I
Son
apologize.
Of,
I'm
son
sorry.
of a bitch, don't even.
Oh.
We don't have enough time in the day.
I did.
We really don't.
Okay, let's go.
It's not his anymore, sorry.
All right, well, hey, any other pros that you can think of?
I didn't mind the Be Our Guest. I felt like that they did that pretty solid.
Don't even get me started.
Okay.
I think Be Our Guest was the most over the top number that they did, and I suppose it should have been because it's the most famous one.
Yeah.
It's the most famous
It's over
one.
the top in the
Dude, I did not like Ewan McGregor's fake
Hold on,
French
hold on.
accent.
Oh, well.
Release the Kraken.
All right. That was a Kraken noise.
That was a Kraken sound that Bug just made.
Yes. We're trying to explain
I'm
the
pretty sure that's what it sounds like.
I suppose so.
I
don't even know at this point.
sounds like a lot of different things.
It sounds like
but-
a couple of things going on there.
Yeah.
The Kraken's release, maybe?
Is that the door opening or the sound of the the
said-
creatures making?
You said.
I did say the Kraken's release, perhaps?
Okay,
release
okay.
The, crack- anyway.
The Kraken's release
You
is
gotta
what
go
that
ahead and do
was,
it.
so all right. Ooh. Oh
We
my-
love your enthusiasm. Keep going.
Oh my.
But
Ooh,
yeah,
my.
Ewan McGregor, terrible accent. In fact, he admitted that he did a bad accent in one of his reviews.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
You should look it up. Ewan
Why didn't they
McGregor,
choose a
terrible
French guy?
accent.
There are tons of
He's
French actors.
married to a French woman too, and it's like, how the fuck do you scale it up? He sounded kind of Hispanic, Spanish, Irish.
Hispanic is what you're talking about.
Because I mean, there's
So that
there's
really
things-
was so Ewan McGregor was Lumiere.
Lumiere.
Lumiere. Sorry.
To celebrate, guys, I wore my French shirt. It says "C'est la vie."
Okay.
It's a good message for this movie, by the way.
Whatever happens, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else you got for cons?
A list.
You got a list,
I do.
so
Yeah,
just,
there's
you know.
so much. Just start at the top.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. My first thing says it's Beauty and the Beast, which don't get me wrong, Beauty and the Beast is like my favorite childhood Disney movie. One of them is one of my top favorite Disney childhood movies. But the thing is like I've seen it before.
Of course, yes.
You know, so it's like it's just repeating what I've already seen, which I understand if you want to go back and see it for nostalgic purposes, but then again, because they didn't do it as well as how the animated version was done, it was kind of a letdown.
So would you prefer to see them change it entirely, or just like take it down a completely different road, like she doesn't fall in love with the Beast?
Let's be clear about something, guys. They are doing a drastic change to Mulan, and they're making Mulan into a live action one too.
What type of drastic? Okay, yeah, go ahead, continue.
I don't know.
I know it's on the tip of your tongue. No,
like,
it's not being whitewashed.
No,
It's
not
being whitewashed.
that, but yeah.
By the way,
Talk about
hey,
a
good luck
drastic
Ghost in the
change.
Shell. Anyway. Ghost in the Fail, yes.
Ghost in the Fail. Ooh, that's bad. What was I even saying?
It's Beauty and the
Yeah,
Beast.
you were
Beauty and
talking.
the Beast. Yeah, okay. The original, like, written Beauty and the Beast story, actually, where they even got the inspiration for the story was there's a genetic defect in certain people. It's very rare where you actually grow hair out of all
Oh
your
yeah, I've
pores.
seen that. Like the.
Yeah, there was a documentary about where Beauty and the Beast came from. It was really interesting. But so I don't. The first one, the actual Beauty and the Beast story. Belle had sisters. Can't remember if it was like 2 or 3, but she had sisters, and when her father went off to market, he wasn't an inventor or anything. He would go off to market, and all the sisters would be like, "I want this, I want that, material things," and Belle would just ask for a rose, and father coming back from market gets lost in the woods and picks a rose from the Beast's garden, and gets captured because of it. So they actually were, because that's actually in the this movie, the 2017 rendition.
Okay.
And
Yes, children, material things are more important than a rose. You see?
you see what happens? but Fred, stop being distracting. But yeah, in the original story, and also in the original story, she can leave, but only she has to come back after 3 days, otherwise the Beast will die. There's no enchanted rose
Okay, that's kind of
in the original.
Yeah,
In the
she really wants to be there then, right?
It must
Like,
be because it's like
so
okay.
he actually lets her go for what I forget, for whatever reason actually, but and her sisters are like a couple of bitches, and she tells them what happened and why she has to go back on the 3rd day, and they like keep distracting her and stuff and make her late coming back, and she finds him dying in the rose bush.
Oh crap!
Well,
And-
okay.
Yeah.
Weren't siblings and Disney and just Disney in general just awful? I'm remembering that now because like, man, siblings in these stories are just horrible. I remember
it's
saying
Cinderella
you know, all the other stories where they got like siblings or whatnot that just
A
wanted
lot
to
of
see
people
them
didn't
die.
like the people wrote these stories don't like their sisters. Yeah, we're definitely noticing that.
I'm
That's
seeing
pretty
that. There's
dark.
a trend. There's a trend there.
So
Your Beast boyfriend is going to die,
because he's
Belle.
gross and hairy.
yeah, pretty much.
So we don't want you to be with him, and because we don't want like gross, hairy.
I actually want them to
nieces
be
and
with
nephews.
me, and yada. Okay.
Sorry, but yeah. So they kind of did a bit of that in this one, but I would have liked to see more of the original and other renditions of Beauty and the Beast kind of put into it. Just if you're going to redo it, add some more interesting things in it.
Okay, I already see what the next con is, and I'm chiming in on this one. Too many songs. Too many songs.
Yeah, I agree.
In a
with that.
Disney picture, you would think that wasn't possible, but they made it happen.
Here's my theory about that.
There were like a few numbers in here too many.
Disney movie's like 88 minutes, right?
Yeah.
This film had to at least be like what, an hour and 45
It was at least,
minutes.
I think it was like 2 hours.
Yeah, so
Might have been 2 hours long.
Okay, yeah, they had to do this, right? They're just thinking we gotta add a couple of more musical numbers.
Not any actual story, not any more character development,
Which
not
ones
any
did they
scenes
add?
that would explain things, more songs.
Oh my god. Okay, so do you remember when we were sitting in that movie theater and that song after she leaves comes on?
with the Beast,
With
yeah.
the Beast singing. First thing I did, Zeus just started, and I'm just like, this is the most boring ass song. I leaned over to Brandon and I go, oh my god, this song is so pointless.
Yeah, it kind
I
of
was
felt
so
Really
upset.
about him. It was really about him being sad that she's leaving, and it's
I
like
cannot love anymore. What's going on? Oh no, my love has left the
Did
room.
anyone else get a Phantom of the Opera vibe?
a little bit.
I guess with the
sort
lost
of.
love type of thing. I
It's
kind
just-
of
it's just- no, I'm talking about like the the new movie where it's really boring and he's just singing about it's just
I've
like
actually never seen-
boo-hoo.
I've actually
I
never
knew-
seen
I knew
Phantom
I
of
didn't-
the Opera. I've never seen Phantom of the Opera.
I knew I
'cause,
didn't-
probably
yeah.
too boring. Anyway,
My mom saw it. I remember seeing some of it with my mom, like a movie, of course.
Gotcha.
you
The
don't
only,
sound
like,
enthused. You don't
dude,
sound enthused
the only
at all.
good part of that movie, the newest Phantom of the Opera movie, is that one song, the Phantom of the Opera, because it's just like, oh man,
So the
that
signature
powerful
song.
the signature song's like the best part, and that's it.
So in other words, it's like Frozen, where the really good part is just.
So
the
you're
one
saying
song.
that this,
Yes.
comparing it to the Phantom of the Opera, that's not a positive. That's definitely a negative.
It
at
is
this point.
comparing it to the newest Phantom of the Opera.
Yes, the newest.
Yeah, definitely. You guys brought up Gaston earlier,
Yeah.
and like, he was not dislikable enough for me because in the
I have to agree.
in the animated
He was
version,
going to leave a guy to be eaten by wolves. That's pretty
he
bad.
gradually got evil, but in the animated version, he was just dislikable from the start. Because like LeFou is like, "Oh my gosh, Gaston, you're such a good shot," and he's like, "I know," and it's just like he's just got this pompous asshole.
This was before Disney knew anything about subtlety when it came to like their villains. They kind of just had to hitch him with how much of an asshole Gaston was right away.
Yeah, the guy,
thing is,
him and the guy
people
from Tarzan are pretty much cut from the same cloth, if you ask me. They're
Clayton,
like the
yes.
same villain.
Gaston and Clayton, yes.
But the thing about that is there are actually people like that. And they're pompous and yet charismatic enough to make other people follow them. That makes them even
And we
more
met them all
dangerous.
in Alabama, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we kind of did.
But no, so like in the scene when he first approaches Belle, like, he's talking about liking her and that's it. And it's like, okay, well, he's not the greatest, but he wasn't like a total douche like he was in the animated one. But then freaking he finally shows up and tries to give her flowers and she's just like, ugh, and it's like he didn't see, like, they didn't make
Well,
hate him enough.
she knew of him.
But
Everyone in that town
doesn't
knew of him.
matter if we don't know. We are the audience.
Well, that's fair. That's definitely fair.
I think what it was is they were perhaps operating off of brand loyalty. They were operating off of brand loyalty. They were operating off the fact that everybody already knows the story of Beauty and the Beast. Everybody already knows Gaston. But I have to agree
You
with
felt
Buck.
like in the story they didn't show him.
I
yet.
felt like but
This
you
is more or
didn't
less.
hate him enough. You really
at first.
And
At
see,
first.
And that goes back to my first negative, is this is Beauty and the Beast. It's a paint by numbers Beauty and the Beast, except for like the couple changes that they did. But more or less, it's just following step by step what the other one was. And if you're
really
going to
not a lot
do
of
something new
surprises.
about that, I want to see something interesting.
Again, going back to the good parts of it, when they did deviate, it was a good deviation.
Yes.
Once again, the character development for both Belle and the Beast was
And
was good. It
And
was
the
a good
fixing
addition.
The two plot holes, which by the way, one of the plot holes, like I said, was them explaining in the beginning, instead of your 21st birthday, they totally cut that part out because it's like that means he would have been changed when he was like 12 or something.
I'm waiting for your Emma Watson rant.
She's
by the
getting
way.
there.
Okay, all right.
there. I'm
Take
saving
your damn
it.
time, man. Take your damn time.
Oh, work up to the climax, bruh.
Oh yeah, okay. There you go.
Anyway.
It's coming.
Okay. But yeah, the opening scene though, when like the narrative, they're like narrating what happens in the curse and all that stuff. The actors weren't really doing what the narrative was saying. Did you guys notice that? It's like he turned her away again, but he didn't really turn her away. It's like he begged for forgiveness, but it didn't really show him begging for forgiveness. It was just like, oh God, no, face it. That part just, I didn't like it. It didn't really.
Okay, so
I
definitely
didn't feel
not
it. They
following
were
the narrative on that one.
Very pantomiming poorly.
Almost like a
If you will.
stage show.
Oh, I've done better stage shows with that.
Ouch.
Whoa.
Okay. The mouse can suck it on that one.
Oh.
Like they have a professional opera singer. Have you noticed that like almost none of these people can sing? Except
well,
they have the professional
I felt
opera
like they-
singer who barely is in it.
Yeah, well, she's in the
They
beginning.
make her the wardrobe.
Yeah.
How is the singer
yeah.
becoming the wardrobe and barely says anything because she's sleeping
Because
all
she's
the
not
time.
a star. That's just it.
That's it,
She's
yeah.
not a star.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not who the movie goers want to see
I
singing.
was so.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, the people we want to see singing should not be singing.
Ouch.
Yeah.
What else you got? Come on.
I'm go. Shut up. I'm going
You got a list. You got a list of them. Come on.
Okay, you know that ending scene, the escape scene, when Belle and her dad escape.
Yeah,
thing.
that's another
I
one.
kinda-
That's one that I
Awkward
yeah.
scene. Awkward one.
Awkward where the dad's just like.
It's kind of like
standing
for
there and
folks
it's
if
like, what the
for
fuck?
folks if you don't know, there was a point where if you've seen the original film where yes, Belle's dad gets locked up. And he's about to get sent away in the nut house, and they have him like in a horse and carriage cart, and they're about to carry him away. And there's a point where he escapes and gets out, and there's a point where you think Chris Klein's character is going to knock out the guy who's trying to take him away, but he's just kind of standing there.
They both
Yeah, he kind of
stand
just
there
Chris
awkwardly.
Kleined him.
He got Chris Klein him.
Or Kevin Kleined him.
Also, why did she not use the magical teleportation book?
It was
to
back at the
go-
castle.
That was
Well,
at the
no,
she
shit, you're
could have
right.
just gone to the book and teleported to the damn town where her dad was, but no, she had to
Wow.
get the horse and make it
but,
epic.
but they never really
in her
explain whether
dress.
she can she really interact
They
with the
didn't
physical world?
They didn't explain with anything, Brian. They didn't explain
They
anything.
picked
That's a good
up
point.
the rose and brought the rose back from
So
the
yeah,
old
maybe
house.
yeah, no, yeah.
That's a plot
You
hole.
got
Wow.
it. You
It's a
got
plot
it.
hole. It's a plot hole.
Yeah. Fell
That's a
right
big
through
one.
that one. Fell right through it.
No,
I didn't even notice that either. I didn't notice that either. Damn.
F
I
them.
forgot that one.
Oh, something that pissed me off is like when I was a kid watching the animated version, the scene where the beast saves her from the wolves, the evil wolves.
Yeah.
That was so fucking badass.
Yes, it was.
And it was just I hated the movie.
I expected
I
it to
didn't
be
really-
bloodier. I expected it to be bloodier.
I
this
expected
degree.
to be wowed, and the first
Yeah.
appearance of the Beast didn't impact me like the first appearance
Son
in
of
the
a
animated.
bitch,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
brings me to my Emma Watson page.
Oh god. Which
Whoa.
has its own page.
There's
Hold on,
a-
she's
there's a
flipped the book.
page.
There's a
There's
page.
an actual
Emma
page.
Watson has her own list. Because, oh my god, I'm sorry, people. I do not like Emma Watson.
Okay.
At least
officially.
as an actor. At least as an actor.
At least as an actor.
Like, she's an activist.
But
for
she's an
women's
actor.
Rights,
Yeah.
And she's not like. She did a really good speech once at this thing where she was like, this
Yeah.
isn't man bashing. We're not man bashing here.
Mm-hmm.
And I respected that. Because it's like, that's what I hate about a lot of these modern feminists. It's just like, anything with a penis must die. And I'm like,
from
no.
another woman, by the way,
No,
just so you know. Just so
no,
you know.
we like penises.
We
so-
did not force her to say that. We did not force her to say that.
We forced her to say a lot of other things, but not that.
But not that. Not that though.
All right, why? All right, fucking, I don't even know where to begin. Because
Emma Watson.
Just take your
Watson.
time.
Just
Just
Emma
take your
Watson.
time.
Okay, I guess I'll start with the easiest of my issues is singing. She can't sing. Most of these actors can't sing, and I'm wondering why didn't they get voiceover singers like they do with the Disney movies, with the animated movies, because the same voice actor.
Yeah, they've done that for years.
Yeah,
They've
so
done that
why
for
not
years.
do it for
Yeah, it was
this?
it was like a different Simba singing. It's like, you
Yeah,
know.
of course that was a little distracting. You could really hear the difference in the voices.
Well, yeah.
But there's some really
That
good
may be the
ones.
reason why they decided not to. Is because you know what? People notice this.
But there's some really good ones. Some really good
He just
voiceovers.
can't wait to be king, okay?
Yeah, leave
He
him
really
alone. He
can't.
just wants to be king, ruler of everyone.
Maybe they should have done that, yeah.
F all you. But yeah, it's just, come on, because the music.
I didn't feel like her voice was terrible. It was just human.
She
It was just, she had a
It was
human
just
voice.
normal. It wasn't like none of these people are award-winning singers, with the
No,
exception of
no.
the woman who.
It's
who
just
was
a
the dresser.
person singing, yes.
They were just actors who were singing. That's
it's
it.
Just, why are you? Sorry. Anyway, just-
I can't
I'm
really,
getting
I
worked
can't
out.
count that against them because again, they are just normal actors and
They did their
actors trying to
best.
sing. They did the best that they could. They're not professional singers.
I have
Obviously.
an item on what?
I said obviously.
Obviously.
They're not professional singers.
I have an item on my list that has like a bunch of sub lists underneath it, and that item is bad acting, and here's why.
Ooh,
Okay.
Okay. Go. I'm gonna put
All
the.
right.
I'm just gonna give the mic to her.
Yeah,
right now.
you
Go.
right.
you started to break down her hand movements, her
Dude,
the gestures that
move
she was
your
making.
damn arms. She does not move. She is so stiff. Just move your damn arms already. Because I'm like, all right, I took theater for years in college, okay? So one of the
Theater
things we...
stop.
Yeah, sorry. Dude, you want to be a good actor, you do stage plays. If you can do a black box or an in the round stage play too, that's the best because there's more interaction with your audience. Anyway, but yeah, something we learned about acting is a good actor acts with their entire person. Their arms, their feet, their face, this everything. They act with it. And she does not act with her arms or half her face.
Okay, I need to pause. I need to grab the mic for just a moment here because this is coming from personal experience as an actor.
Okay.
There are very stark differences between a stage actor and a camera actor. And they teach you that right off the bat. A stage actor is very expressive with their entire body. A
Very
stage actor
true.
extremely
Very true.
expressive, and they have to be because they're on stage. when you're acting in front of a camera, you're acting in front of a camera that's like this close to your face.
Yeah.
So they always say very subtle movements are all it takes. And you're talking to a bunch of people who are used to being camera actors and telling them to jump to stage. Now, I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm not saying they're incapable. I'm saying that's a difficult jump to make for people who aren't used to acting on stage. Somebody like Neil Patrick Harris could easily do that because he comes from the stage show. That's why he's so expressive all the time. And that would be my only thing. Is like I'm playing devil's advocate. I really am.
In this film, I do think that you kind of needed a little bit more of that because it's almost it's like a stage.
Disney musical?
Yeah, it's like a Disney musical.
It's
so you
not
almost
like they weren't prepared for this when they said, "Oh, you're going to be doing a musical for Disney."
it's not like Emma Watson is doing a cop drama. Then I would kind of agree and I would say, yeah, you don't really need this. Wait a minute, you shot the no.
Well, okay, so I hear what you're saying, Corey.
But.
Okay, yes, but
No mercy.
another thing that we learned in theater is it's better if someone has more, it's easier to have them pull back than to have someone who's too soft and get them to project more.
That is true.
Maybe it's just me. It's probably
I
just
played
me,
a star in a school play when I was 8 years old, and I have that experience. So I'm going to tell you a little something about acting, okay?
Oh, tell me more.
Please, do you even remember the part that you played?
I had one line and I screwed it up, actually. One story. It's just like
That-
one line. I blew it.
That is the most beautiful story I've ever heard.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's harder than you think. The pressure, especially when you're 8 years old and everyone shows up to watch you perform, it's something.
Please tell me you ran off crying. That would make it even better.
No, I was just dejecting.
Did you piss your pants?
I was dejected.
Did you piss your pants?
No, it wasn't like that. It was more of like, man, I really screwed up. I just sat down like, man.
Like a kid, he sat down.
Yeah, I literally,
As
my
a
mom was
kid.
like, I was really pissed off. I wasn't like, oh my God. I was like, man. Like my friends were like, yeah, I know, man. They were like, yeah, you really screwed up, man. I was just agitated with myself, you know?
But yeah, speaking of emotion and acting, oh my God. Laughing.
We're laughing at Brandon's pain. We're laughing at all of Brandon's pain right now.
Just
So it's
imagine
hard. It's hard. While you're talking about our hand movements and everything, I can't say anything because
Like, I sat in the floor.
I was wearing a yellow star. No, I was the sun. I was the sun, and I was wearing like a mic.
Yeah. It's
Yellow
all coming
pants.
Back. It's all coming back. We're going down the road. We're going down the bad pain
I was
road,
wearing
man.
yellow
Come on.
pants, a yellow sweatshirt.
Tell it to your therapist, sir.
I had the sun, and the sun had glasses. My mom made it for me with the glasses and everything like that.
Oh,
and I
it's
screwed it
precious.
up. Yeah, I screwed it up so
Oh,
much.
she was so disappointed.
I
in you.
played. You're awful.
She was kind of, no, I don't know. She was more of like, yeah, I got
No, man,
sun.
we're taking your ass back out of here, man. You're not kidnapped anymore. We don't like you. We're not fucking kidnapped anymore. Get out.
No. You know what, man? That's how you get better. Sometimes you got to hear the truth. I can take it. I can take it, man. I play sports, man. You know what I mean? Either you get a ribbon or you get a trophy or you don't. So I didn't get the trophy, man. I sat down. My buddy was like, man, you screwed up.
Oh, good.
I get it.
Oh,
That's
good
fair.
for you. You participated.
No, yeah.
Get that participation trophy.
The teachers were agitated with me.
Oh, the teachers were agitated. All right, man.
But yes, what do you want? But speaking of emotion, more emotion. Freaking like, she's in a fucking enchanted castle.
Enchanted.
Enchanted.
Castle.
Okay, I will
And-
agree with. I know exactly what you're gonna say next, and I agree.
And she's just like, oh, that's neat.
She's very
like-
subdued for a woman witnessing living objects talking to her.
Frickin' be our guest. All this awesome, spectacular explosions and fancy things. I understand that she has to imagine it, but come on! Did you not watch the anime? She was in an interview and she said, "Oh yeah, it was one of my favorite cartoon movies growing up." And I'm like, "Was it? Was it?
You just,
Okay.
Was it even?"
you were just there. Just, was it Emma? Who is that?
Who the hell are you?
If it was your favorite-
just grabbing Emma by the scruff of her collar and just shaking the shit out of her. Was it Emma?
Because if it was, you would have known how spectacular the Be Our Guest song was. You would have looked at it with more vision. I just can't.
She's going into it now. She's going into it. But
She
yeah,
definitely didn't put the service to the test.
Not
Not really.
Well done, sir. Well done. I will say, I will say that was actually you're right. You're right. She was Emma Watson very much underacted. Very much underacted in that. She was a girl who had been in a small town her entire life, never seen an enchanted castle, never
point.
seen a walking
Good
beast, and it's like she seemed very nonplussed. She seemed to get used to it very, very quick.
And speaking,
I don't
of
think she was that amazed by the Beast. I don't think she was that amazed by.
Honestly, I don't think any of us were.
She
Anyway,
was more scared by the candle showing up than a freaking giant monster.
That's true.
Yeah, and I hate it, and I mentioned this outside of the theater. I hate it when you see the shadowy figure, and you
Yeah.
see that this is not a man.
Dude,
this is clearly something that's not a person.
Dude, I would be like panicking trying to figure out how to get my dad out of that cage because there's like a
I
freaking
don't-
demon monster coming. I'd be like,
With
oh my
the
god, where's
horns
the key?
and everything, and he could completely understand. Like,
Right.
I know, it's really screwed up. I'm
Dude.
about to step into the light.
Oh, dude,
But-
dude.
The reveal was very weak. The reveal of the beast was very weak.
And he was beastly in the animated film. He kind of, you could kind of tell that he was, he had been there alone for a long time, and he was angry, and he was a beast.
This is gonna sound terrible, but I kind of wish it was a little more gory looking.
Yeah, that makes sense.
His hair was really like cute. It was kind of like
It really wasn't a beast in
dolled
the
up
sense
and
of
everything.
like, oh, he looks so hideous or like the Grimm's tale or anything. No, he still looked pretty hot.
They kind of changed his lips, and his lips were kind of like puckering, and I don't know.
They made
about
him look
that.
cute. They made him look pretty.
See, he should have had a more
Beastly appearance.
like a more animalistic muzzle.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what he had in the anime. But I know they're trying to make this more live action, but at the same time, I'm like, he was not scary, and the beast was supposed to be something that nothing, not even a mother, could love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I mean, and it's like, I'll make you kind of pettable.
Yeah, he was really like, I want to keep you.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, look
It was
at
more
you.
of a, "Aw,
Aw,
you're so
aw, look at
adorable."
you.
Which isn't
Aw.
that's not good. He was cursed, and I want to talk about the Enchantress. I don't know if you're going to talk about it, but I want to talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, I got some more points on Emma, but it's cool. Let's go with the Enchantress.
Well, let's break up the Emma bashing for just a moment.
Yeah,
Brandon, please.
I'll wait.
Okay. I know you wanted to teach the townspeople a lesson, not the townspeople, but the people in the castle. They were living this opulent life, and they're taxing people and throwing these wild late night parties,
Yes.
and they couldn't just take a little time out to help this
Old lady.
Yeah, this
who
old
appeared
woman
as an
who-
old lady at the time.
just came into the castle who turned out to be some omnipotently powerful being. Omnipotent
Omnipotent.
being of immeasurable power, who just gets off on tormenting people, tormenting families, tormenting
This was kind of
children.
This was kind of extreme for just some one prince who acted a little cruel to him. This is kind of extreme. Oh wait! I think
Are we? Is this happening?
Are we receiving a teleportation in here?
Yeah.
I think
This
I
is so
think-
off the. You
I
know what?
think
Let's
Mr.
go for it.
Freeze.
Let's
I
go
think
for
Mr.
it.
Freeze just showed up. The man who had nothing to say about this before we started. I think he has something here.
He
They-
defeats me too.
They have goaded me on this one, and I will say this quickly. This was kind of like a motif that was established back in the day with Circle of Iron and stuff like that, when David Carradine famously slapped a prince in the face and broke his nose when he was a kid, because he was going to grow up to be an even worse tyrant. So this is one of those situations where sins of the father is cast down upon the son. So in this case, you had a lot of people who allowed this. They didn't rise up and
Yep.
overthrow this prince.
Ah,
They
okay.
didn't burn down everything to get rid of this guy. They sit back, metaphor, they sit back and allowed this to happen. So now they too must pay.
And that's actually mentioned in this movie because you'll remember that all the little furniture friends and stuff, they say they're apologizing to him, saying
They're
that
all
we
very
should've-
nice, saying that we should have steered you better or something like that.
Because they all kind of raised him, and it's like we should have done better by you.
Okay,
You
I
know,
could see
and
that.
so,
But the
yeah.
child,
Yeah.
Yes.
They're
even the
like,
child. Okay,
Sins
The
of-
beast.
sins of
The
father.
sins of the
it's passed down.
father.
Yeah.
She gets off on this. Her father, who had nothing to do with it in the village, he was almost eaten by wolves. She did help out a little bit. She was like, okay, oh crap, this guy's gonna be eaten by wolves. This is going too far. Let me untie him. So
Let
she
me
did do
untie
that.
him.
She did that.
I think she even gave him money for a shower too,
Just-
because he was all nice looking when he came back.
Just remember that when most tyrants are taken down, most of their families are put
Yeah,
to
their
the
sons,
blade,
their
too.
sons and children are killed.
They're
too.
put to the blade too.
Yep.
Because
So-
in
Well,
Rome, man.
Everyone is put to the blade.
Because they'll grow up and come back for revenge. They gotta get rid of all of it.
Dr. Doom told you he was coming back. Doom told you he would come back and kill them all. And he did.
We're talking about Beauty and the Beast, and he somehow still finds a way to include Dr. Doom.
But
Are you
know
going to
what?
put Bronze Tiger in
there
next,
are
man?
there are townspeople involved in that. You know,
Yeah.
the original Doom story and everything. I could definitely see the reason for that. Yeah, but I didn't like the Enchantress.
You
Yeah.
didn't like her at all?
No, I felt like she was cruel. I felt like she
Yeah.
was a cruel, evil
Oh my God.
being.
Justice.
And of course,
I understand it though. I get the
Dude.
point.
she's totally.
Now you know your lesson.
She's totally chaotic neutral. So sorry, bring in some RPG
Yeah.
terms in here.
Might as well.
Because at the end, when Emma's like fake crying over the Beast, pretending she loves him or whatever, the Enchantress is like, "Oh, you love him? Well, I was gonna let him die, but I guess not." You know, because
Yeah, they suffered for a long, long time. So yeah, you know,
yeah. Anyway.
we're gonna go on to the next point.
Oh God. Anyway, I did not believe that they were in love whatsoever.
I agree.
Like
Yeah.
and that's not just on Emma. That's on both of them. It's just like, what the f? And like freaking, I don't know what Emma did to not make me believe that she liked books whatsoever. But Belle's supposed to be a huge book reader. And you know that opening scene where she's singing about like, small town, all this boo.
I don't know. I got the fact that she was a book reader from that. The
No.
fact
And
that-
how is she?
No,
How
I
is
did.
she?
No,
How is she
she
so
was-
well read and she only had like 6 books in her library?
That's hilarious.
That
actually,
too,
yeah. That was
yes.
pretty
At
funny.
least in the anime,
That
she
was
has
a plot hole.
a bit of a room, you know. And
That was a plot. They had like
Frickin-
4 books in that entire town.
God.
Literally.
You'll come back to get the 6th book?
Notice, like in the animated, she's literally got her nose in a book during that song, and she's obviously a bookworm. And then like the part where she's like, "This is my favorite scene. This is where she meets the prince," and it's like she's so excited that she's talking to sheep. She's so excited about just reading this book again. But in this version, she's just kind of like caressing it and singing outward, and I didn't get the "I am a lover of books" vibe from her.
Well,
What if one of the
okay,
books
with-
is just like about nuclear fusion or something like that? It's not even. He's like, where do you?
highly advanced? Why would you even have this in this town? Like,
she
what
was,
the fuck?
and you can't
but,
say that because she was singing about the book she was holding. This is my favorite scene, but she's not even like She needs to be more enthusiastic about this book in that scene.
Okay.
We have an avid reader in the studio. If you didn't know that, if you couldn't get that from this, by the way.
Well, that did happen in the animated film.
It's,
Although respectfully though, in the animated film, she does have her nose in the book throughout that entire opening song. That's because Belle in that movie is animated, and I believe
They
Emma
probably
Watson
tried
kinda
that.
had
They
to
probably
watch where
tried
she
that
was
and it
going.
didn't work. It probably didn't work out. They probably
had to
shot
have
it with
Emma
that.
watch where the hell she was going, and hit her marks because there are people also dancing around her too. So
but,
that might be one of those.
Yeah, but
things
after
they
doing
tried.
something like a billion times, you probably.
That's-
Yeah.
and
That might be
that's-
one of those things they tried like a couple of like did 100 takes or something of it and just said, you know what, this isn't gonna work.
that's where some theater experience would have came in really handy because you have to know how to do that stuff. And JS, just saying, JS.
What else did you have?
That's my list. I kind of just wrote.
Wow,
it
that
on
was
the
it?
fly.
That was no more? Wow.
Like if you guys keep talking, I will find more to bitch about. I will.
Of course. let me just take this magazine away from you.
no,
over
no,
here.
that's-
that's okay.
He got me that.
I didn't think that the. I wasn't that impressed with the dress that she was wearing.
It's supposed
Okay, now
to
we're
be
getting to the
gold.
dress.
It's supposed to be gold, and
I
they
don't
made
know,
it
it
like
just-
prom dressy.
It just seemed
Yeah.
like the scene where they're dancing in the grand hall.
A
I just feel like
old as time.
I feel like that should have been. I don't know. I didn't feel the magic. I didn't feel the magic from that. Like I get it. I bet if I go back and watch
Is it
their
because their love is forbidden?
girl with bestiality. Even though it was banned for homosexual behavior in Alabama, they're perfectly fine with witchcraft and bestiality.
A lot of that going
Anyway,
It's a tale as old as time. So I mean,
that's a bestiality is a tale as old as time.
I think
Jesus
that they should have
days,
just
yo,
had like
Jesus days.
Angela Lansbury. They could have just taken Angela Lansbury's voice and just.
I mean, you know,
Right?
maybe could have. But I'd say that scene didn't feel as magical as I'd hoped it would. I bet if I went back and watched the original, it would feel. Okay, granted, there's a lot of childhood shit that's attached to that, so that doesn't really have a way to compare. But I don't know. I just didn't find this as good as I feel like it should have been for a live action representation of one of Disney's humongous classics. I feel like it was a decent flick. I didn't hate it after I walked out.
Yeah. We found things that we liked about it, but we
Yeah.
didn't. It's not like we were just blown away.
Unlike these ladies next to me in the seating when they were singing every song, like a few feet away from me, I could hear them.
You know what? If you're a Disney fan and you just want something to feel nostalgic about and to just enjoy because you just love Disney and just love Beauty and the Beast, then sure, yes, it's an acceptable movie. And especially for you, you'll probably love it. But like I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of a critic and a cynic to.
No, you expected greatness. We do the exact same thing
we
with
kinda
some of
did.
our comic book films. A lot of people love Logan. We did not. You know, people
we
walked
didn't.
away from that. That's the greatest.
That's like,
comic
oh man,
book movie.
that's just the Dark Knight. That's like the greatest.
And I'm
film.
like, this film this is the Dark Knight.
It's
Really?
passable.
It's
passable.
So we get it. We get it. Be harsh. We wanted you to be harsh.
I mean, God, I don't like Emma Watson.
Oh, and you know what? This was her make or break film.
It
Now,
was.
let me be honest with you. People disagree with you. People disagree with
Oh,
you.
I
They
know.
disagree with
all of
us.
They disagree with
I know.
That film is a smash hit. So get ready for more Emma Watson in films, not acting with her arms, not acting.
Or her face.
I'll put it to you this
She's
way.
kind of had mild paralysis. That's something you don't know. She had this. Well, you're laughing, and that's just wrong. That's not
Are
right.
you being serious?
No.
Brand.
Aw,
You're
dude.
funny.
No, I'm not.
And
no.
you call me bad. Look
No.
at this.
I could be evil. Go ahead.
But y'all, all in all, I say the film is passable. I give it maybe like a 7 out of 10 on a 7 to 10 on a 9 1 to 10
A song that's oldest. Okay, yeah.
I give it a 6.
Oh,
Okay, I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7 as well.
So what? A 6.75.
6.92.
But overall, if you're a huge Disney fan, if you're a huge Disney
You'll
head,
love it.
you'll love it. You'll love it. They
like-
really do a good job of recreating a lot of the old songs and add even some new ones, even if
Yeah,
you
but
don't
we
want
love
them.
Disney too. I loved this film when I was growing up, and yeah.
We were never. Come on, man. We were never huge Beauty and the Beast fans.
I
Come
liked
on.
it. I really liked Beauty and the Beast. I don't know what you're
Are
talking
you-
about. Yeah.
Dude,
No,
that
you
wolf
didn't.
Scene.
Yeah,
wolf
that was
scene
really
did it,
cool,
bro.
man.
My ass, you like Beauty, dude. You
Yes,
like-
I did,
When
man. I watched
when Aladdin came out, when Lion King came out, you forgot about it.
It's in my top 5. What are you
Dude.
talking about, man? You want me to go through the list?
Dude,
I'm dead serious.
that wolf scene after B shows up, total lady boner.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Total
Total
lady
lady
boner.
boner.
Total lady boner. Right there.
Definitely, it
It's
was.
like
It
you
was.
got boners,
It was a
too.
late. It was a lady boner for me too. Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. We
Disturbing.
can call it that.
Disturbing.
Oh, hey, that's another plot hole that they kind of.
That they don't
that
have
they
lady
fixed.
boners in the movie.
That they.
I don't think there were lady boners in the original.
Everyone always wondered in the animated version. Everyone always wondered how Belle got Beast onto the horse, and in this, she's like, "I need you to help me."
No,
So it's like,
Really,
there
she's
it is.
unbelievably strong. You know.
she's really just all
She's
those
one
years
of those
farm work.
Yeah,
I'm
those
just
farm
saying.
girls. They're really. They're
People don't discount those farm girls, man. They lift bales of hay
There were
like
some
3
strong,
times a day.
strong girls that like Magadory. I remember a chick came up behind me and picked me up and everything, and I was like, "Dang, you strong."
I do wish there were less songs because there's something about a musical and an opera. I guess I'm not sure if I'm.
I mean, I'm not sure which one this will qualify.
I
I don't
am
know
not
which one
an
this will qualify
expert.
under. I
Okay,
don't know.
take away which ones would you take away? You're gonna take away the creepy beast song,
Yeah, the one
Clearly.
I hate. Yeah, the one I definitely hated. Oh, God.
the Gaston song. How was that? I don't think I asked you about that.
All the original songs were actually decent.
Okay.
All the ones that were in the original were decent.
I
think-
thought the Gaston song was kind of weak.
Really?
But it had the
But
funny
yeah.
moment. It had some funny moments. In it.
They
It
added
had
to
some
it.
funny moments, but at the same time, again, it added to the whole thing that they didn't make him as jerky as they did in
Yeah.
the first one. They didn't make him as much of an asshole.
Yeah.
Dude, if you go back and watch that original song, he is such a dick. He's an epic dick.
Epic.
And it is like
Edges me covered with hair.
exactly, yeah.
Yes, yes.
With a wink to the camera.
Yeah,
He's like a major douchebag in that original film,
He's
and they
just-
toned it down. They actually admittedly toned it down in this movie.
Which
if
I-
you go back and watch it, go
I
back and
feel
watch
like
it. Maybe I'm
harmed it
crazy.
a bit because there are douchebags like Gaston, the animated Gaston. There are douchebags like that
In real life, yes.
real life, and so even though it was like, oh God, this is obviously an evil
Maybe-
guy, it was still believably an evil guy.
Maybe they felt like they'd be hitting a little too close to the feminism button like Ghostbusters.
Oh my God, who the fuck cares? Make a good movie.
Yeah, people just want to see a good film.
Damn it.
But overall, I think we're okay with the movie. We just thought there were parts that could have been a whole lot better. We were expecting epic from an epic company that gave us an epic first animated movie.
It was better than Cinderella. The Cinderella live action was terrible.
Yeah.
So
And they were
That's
like,
true.
dude, if you got another hour, I can go into Cinderella, but we don't. So
Snow White and the Huntsman is about a really pretty boring film.
Speaking of bad actresses.
Speaking of bad actresses, at least you can
Kristen
say
Stewart.
Emma Watson
If you
is
want to
no
go down the
Kristen
Kristen Stewart,
Dude.
Emma Watson is no Kristen Stewart now.
Emma, baby, you are so much better than Kristen Stewart.
But
Girl.
y'all, that's been our review of
As
this.
a person, I think she's pretty cool. As an actress, it just hasn't worked out, man.
But y'all, that's been our review of this one so far. We're gonna stop before we start going into even more of a rant about Kristen Stewart.
I swear, if you bring up like our argument with Snape being a good character from Harry Potter,
Then we are not having this discussion again. We're not having this discussion. This episode will go on
He's
forever.
the best character.
This episode will go on forever. Anyway, this has been another episode of Critical Comics. This has been Corey, master of all four elements.
Jonathan Crane, the master of fear.
And I'm Bug from P-Bug Play.
And guys, this has been another episode. We'll catch you next time. And please, by all means, do visit our sister channel, P-Bug Play. Please, if you would not mind giving a free plug.
Oh, heck yeah. You guys can find our YouTube channel. You just type in pbug.com. Takes you directly there. My bestie P, she and I play video games and cuss at him a lot. Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So in other words, just like regular gamers.
Yeah,
then.
just regular gamers.
Just
Hey,
regular gamers.
if you're feeling lonely and have no friends, like you can put it on and pretend like that you have friends. That's what I do when I listen
I
to
do
Let's
that all the
Players.
time, too.
Yeah.
That's always a good time. I think it's a good time.
It's
It's
like,
like,
man, I'm feeling lonely. I put on like some Let's Players. I feel like I actually, have friends or whatever.
But guys, this has been another episode with our special guest. We hope to have her and her lovely co-host P coming over here this time. But until then, we will catch you folks next time.
That's why it was so easy to kidnap me. Because no one noticed I was gone.
To be graphic, I clear static, breaking up traffic. Move while I enter the groove. I'm on top and happy to prove to whack MCs who claim to be better than. No way, I'm frankly more clever than all of you. Each and every one, my son. Pay close attention. I'll take your brain to another dimension. Hold it, mold it, shape it. You got a knife? Yes, I wanna scrape it up and down, sideways, anywhere I can. Be rude to you, but I'll rap and be crude to you and eat up. Toy ducks I beat up. I am the oven, your brains I wanna heat up. Mega, supersonic degrees. I come around roasting MCs with fire to burn the toy liar. Raw meat, turn the flame higher. Cook it like a fish, I hook it. For any beat, it's time that I took it right, correctly to the top. With the rhythm and as your head bop, I'm hyped for the critical.